Hello again. This is a little bit of a difficult angle this morning, but this is the Spruce Goose, the 14 fret Dreadnought Spruce Goose. This is freshly lacquered. This is different from the two small Spruce Gooses that I'm doing videos about. I'm getting ready to glue the bridge on. So I made this special little template. This mounts on against the nut and centers on the neck and projects to the bridge saddle. I don't know if you can see that, but the saddle rests right up against my template. There's a little scribe line there for the 12th fret, if you can see that. It says here, check and measure scale length before scribing. That's because I did that once. I'll never do that again. I scribed for the wrong scale length, and that's a disaster. So I've been taught at Martin. This is my treasured toothing iron. I know this is controversial, but I always tooth the bottom of the bridge as well as the bridge patch where the bridge is going to go. You can see this toothing iron. People say it's not necessary. I glued bridges on for 9 months at Martin. Many thousands of bridges, I'd say, and I have to tell you that I really believe in it, and Martin has always done it and continues to do it, and I think it makes a difference. Certainly the bridge doesn't slip at all when you're gluing it, and I think the fibers being cross-grained actually grab, and this is my special tool for scraping the bridge patch. This is a little backhanded scraper. I also have a little scribe. I scribe around where the bridge is going to go and rub sawdust into the groove, and then with good strong light I scrape the bridge patch. I'll actually turn this around to come the other direction and then scrape away in the middle. This is not a real fun job, and I know there are many out there that are going to tell me, well, you should route it or do this or do that. Like I said, I did this in Martin production, and this is the way I prefer to do it. After the bridge patch is scraped clean, I will tooth plane it and then do the glue up. I have my treasured bridge gluing, I guess you'd call it a little jig or whatever, but it has one main clamping area, and that'll be done using a deep-throated C-clamp, and then the fine adjust for just making sure the bridge is down tightly. So I'll do that in a couple minutes after I have the bridge patch cleaned. See you in a moment. Okay, so I've got the bridge patch completely cleaned and tooth planed. I have the bridge prepared also with toothing on the bottom. Got my Type-On glue, Type-On 2 actually. Got my bridge caul, an internal caul, and Going to get some glue on the bridge here. I like to have a generous amount and get plenty of glue ooze out. I always keep a wet paper towel when I'm doing a gluing operation. Clean my finger off and clean any excess off of the bridge. And once this is nice and even, set it down in place carefully, right on the scribe line, and come in here and check it. Give it a little can be a little slippery. Give it a little push just to get it to grab. And it looks like it's in its right place. Double check it. And set the bridge caul in place. The interior bridge caul. And then real careful not to dent the side of the sound hole. In with the clamp. Grab it onto the interior caul and very, very lightly set this first clamp in place. And I don't give it much pressure. Instead, so that we don't get any slippage, we come down with these little clamps. Really, it's an ingenious little contraption. And once these are lightly tightened, then a little more tightening there. Come back with my little glue stick, just a little dowel, and clean up the glue. And it's also a perfect time just to double check after the glue is cleaned up. Double check and make sure that the scribe line is completely covered and that the bridge is in the right place, because it's no fun to take it off and put it back on again. And you know, this could probably come out of clamps in 4 or 5 hours, maybe even less, but I'm going to let it go. I always let it go overnight. So that's bridge gluing, and after the bridge is set tomorrow, I'll score the nut, cut the nut slots, and string it up. See you then.